Welcome back to another episode of the free VST Plugin Detective, where I review, test out, and demonstrate various free VSTs. This one is the Auburn Sounds Graillon, and this is a free Autotune plugin and a free pitch shift correcting plugin. This one is unbelievable. I'm going to give this one a 4.75 out of 5. And when it comes to different plugins, right, especially free ones, you have two different versions of like freeness, if that's like a word. You have the ones that are just free, right, and that's it. And then you have other ones that there's two different versions. You have like the free one, and then if you spend some money, you have like the premium version. So as you can see here, this is the GUI, or the graphical user interface. So if I go to things like this, it says locked, right? And here it says upgrade to full, because obviously if you pay money for this, you obviously get more features. But being honest, just as a free standalone plugin, this is hands down the best free plugin when it comes to Autotune I've ever used. This one is unbelievable. I'm going to jump right into this because this is a really, really cool plugin for what it can do. So I have two different things right here. I have a violin and I have a vocal. Now, I cannot sing. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, yeah, you know, I can't sing, but then actually he's a really good singer. No, I legitimately cannot sing. So I'm going to apologize in advance about this. So let's play this. Twinkle, twinkle, little, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Right, okay. I know I can't sing. Don't judge me. That's why I'm a producer, and that's why we're about to use Autotune. So, jumping into the GUI now. So, obviously, you have this right here. Twinkle. And first off, you notice this right here is obviously all the notes. And what it does, it shows you how close you are on that note. Because remember, as humans, when we sing, you're never perfectly on, let's say, like C or D or E or whatever the note is. You're still usually a few, centy tones off. You're still like a little bit off, right? So if you notice now, when I go to play it, it's going to show you kind of how on that note, or how close to that note I am, just by the graphical part here, which is pretty cool. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Right? So it's kind of cool to see that kind of move around. Now, jumping to what you can do, obviously, and there's a bunch of things you can do with this plugin. I mean, it's a very, very powerful plugin. First off, you can do the simple one. You have pitch shift here. So I'm
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Right, or doing it lower. This is obviously an octave, right? Because also there's 12 centitones.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And then obviously I can preserve the performance, which kind of, it tries to force itself to still kind of keep in that same pitch in a weird way.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Not pitch, but
little star.
Right.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
So pretty good with the pitch shift. Obviously, you can easily do this in Ableton in case this is the dial you're using. I'm just going to go here. I'm going to go to Warp, and then Pro, or Complex Pro, and then I can adjust everything here, so
Twinkle, twinkle, little.
Right. But, now you have a different option. In case, and especially too, if you're using a DAW that maybe isn't the best with pitch shifting, especially the algorithms with it, this is a great option. Now jumping, obviously, to the best part about this, which is the Autotune. Now, I'm going to go to correction here, and obviously correction is basically going to be adjusting and modulating the pitch to try to make it as perfect as possible. So I'm going to do this, actually. I'm going to loop this. Let's loop that. Where's loop? Why could I not find it? Oh, activate loop.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Correction. Obviously, I'm going to start with enable. Enable does it. The more intense you turn on the enable, the more it's going to modulate it, right? So I'm going to do 100%. You can hear it right away.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle,
right.
Twinkle.
So you can kind of hear that kind of auto-tune-y subtleness, right? Now, obviously, I can always do this halfway. So, like I said, I want to be kind of, but not really, right?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Right, so it's subtle, but not as intense, right? So keeping this on 100%, so you can hear everything. Then you have the smoothness. Now, the smoothness is basically almost like an attack of when the auto-tune kicks in, right? So, obviously, fast is pretty much right away. Slow, going at max slow, it subtly comes in, right? So it's like this now.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
So I feel like the smoothness, especially turning this up, makes it not as, like, drastic. Now, granted, it depends on what you want, right? If you're almost going for, like, T-Pain style auto-tune where it's, like, aggressively auto-tune, like you can tell right away, having the smoothness be on fast, or basically no smoothness at all, gives you that very aggressive auto-tune sound. If, though, you want to be a little bit more subtle, turning it up to slow just help. Then you have snap range. I'm going to get to this a little bit later. And then reference, I wouldn't even touch reference. Keep it on 440. Just, I just keep it on that. Now, moving on to the piano. This is the coolest part about this, is that you can now customize what notes are going to be sung. So, obviously, as you can see here,
twinkle, twinkle,
it's showing you what notes are sung.
Star.
Now, this is in, now, let's say I'm going to be singing, I actually don't know what the key signature of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is, but Let's say it's in C major or A minor, right? Now there's going to be no black keys. So now, if you notice, these are all red as opposed to these being blue. That means it's only going to be playing the blue notes. So it's going to sound like this.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Now, I'm pretty sure this actually, maybe it is in C major or A minor. So now let's get really, really weird. So I've noticed that F was a big one that was played. So now if I do this, now what's going to happen is it's going to force it to only play the note of F. So it's going to sound kind of funky, right?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Kind of cool. In addition to, you can see, I'm going to play this again. It's also showing you with a line and a curve where that note's coming from, right? So see that curve?
Twinkle, little star.
Kind of showing you where the note's coming from, and it's basically purposely dragging and forcing it to the F. And this can be really cool, too. If, like, say I'm like, you know what, I don't know if this is major or minor, actually, but like, say I'm like, you know what, I want this to be only in minor. I want to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in C minor. What I can do here, to make it interesting, is let's just do the C minor chord. So I'm going to do this, right? So I'm just going to do that C minor chord. So it's going to sound like this now.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle.
Right? Kind of cool, actually, you know? And I think especially when you do this, that kind of the pitch of the whoop, almost reminds me a little bit like that Afrojack, pitch bendy, big room house, Miami bass style. You know, you have like that right? So you can do a lot of really cool things. Now making it major, right?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Right? You can do so many cool things with this plugin, right? Now, when it comes to the snap range, obviously, I kind of lost with it. This is obviously the range of it. So, for example, when you're adjusting these notes, if you notice, if I turn this up all the way,
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
it's almost as nothing even changed. If I turn this up a little bit more,
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Right? It's kind of almost the intensity of the notes and the range of that notes that it's basically removing from. So, amazing things with this plugin. Now, I'm going to move on to another little cool aspect, and that is here. Now, you can create harmonies within this plugin that harmonize with the original sound. So, let's say I have this, right?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And let's say I'm like, okay, I see the note F, right? So I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and I'm just going to leave it only on F. So it's going to sound like this.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Now, if I turn up the dry wet mix,
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
kind of cool, actually, right? Like, it's really, really cool. So I'm going to actually make this on here, so that makes more sense.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And you can create, like, these unique kind of harmonies, right? So let's say I want to do this.
Twinkle, 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 twinkle,
Or,
little star.
now, granted, let's say I am a really good singer, and I want to harmonize it in a weird way.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Now, granted, I'm just doing the dry wet offset on top of each other, so it's not doing that much. But again, this is where you can kind of adjust so many different things with this plugin. This is what makes this plugin, I think, just an unbelievably well-made plugin in terms of the algorithms, and the fact that you can adjust notes here, I think, is super precise. Because again, you can even just do weird things, like I said. If I really want to show you again, keep this only in C.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Right, almost has like a barbershop quartet type vibe, right? Super interesting. Now, I want to stress now, you don't have to just use this for vocals. It can be for anything. So I have a violin thing right here. I'm gonna bring this here. So like
Twang.
So I'm gonna do. So I already have it here. So I'm gonna do this. Right, pretty simple. I already was kind of messing around with this before, so I'm gonna put on normal. But still, obviously, this is a violin. Now, getting the violin obviously gonna be in pitch because obviously this is the VSCO2 violin, which I already reviewed. All right, so I have this. But again, I can do the same thing. So if I put shuffle, not as much. Then let's say I'm like, I only want this to be, let's stick with C. Kind of mixes like almost reminds me of that like that movie thing, like the like that kind of weird, eerie sound, you know. But now remember, shoot, yeah, the dry wet was on, so. Kind of like one of those suspenseful movie score moments. But again, obviously, creating harmonies. Alright. I mean, I can even do weird things like... Right. super, super unique. So I'm telling you, if you're looking for an auto-tune plugin, if you're looking for even just like a slight pitch shifting or pitch correction plugin, this one is hands-on the best one I've ever used.